All right, let's get to it. Higher education leadership unplugged. Real talk for real results. So, we're talking about coping with stress the last couple of videos. We have two more to go. So, this is part 3. All right, so the next two tips, gratitude practice. Okay, this is so important because it brings to light the things that are going well and the things that you have accomplished. I know sometimes in this role, it can feel as if regardless of what you're trying to get done with regardless of what you're really trying to get across, your accomplishments, how you're trying to build and inspire your team, sometimes it feels as if you're just on a hamster wheel going absolutely nowhere, and it starts to take a toll on your confidence, right, and your self-worth, and then you start double thinking, am I even in the right role? Should I still continue down that path? And I'm here to tell you that you should. All right. There's just different ways that you can handle that. All right. So here's a few things. Number one, write a journal of things that you're actually thankful for. Sowing good seeds is very important, but you also have to make sure that you're thanking God in the present. Thank Him for things that you already have, even if He does absolutely nothing else for you. You have to be grateful for where He's brought you from and the things that you have right now. Okay, because when He sees that you're showing gratitude, guess what? He's going to want to give you more. So that is very, very important. There are so many things that we could be thankful for that we don't even think about it, that other people are actually struggling with at this point in time. But because it's second nature to us and we've become so numb to a lot of things that people don't have, you don't even realize that you're in a really good spot. So that's very important to do. All right. The second thing is think of things that you've accomplished within the last 24 hours. I know a lot of times we're always thinking about the big things, right? The ultimate goal. But in order to get to the ultimate goal, you have to make sure that you're, creating those mini steps in between. Because if you have one big goal and then you have 10 mini steps to get to that goal, as you check off every single goal, now you feel movement. Now you feel as if you're getting closer and closer and closer to that goal. Within the last 24 hours, it could be something as simple as you woke up earlier today. You've been on this journey to try to get up earlier in the morning, and today you actually woke up a half an hour earlier. That's something huge. That's an accomplishment, right? You skipped the sweets last night. You didn't eat that extra piece of cake, or you didn't eat that extra cookie, because you've been working on your weight loss plan, right? You call that friend that you've been meaning to reach out to for the longest time. Me, I'm extremely introverted. I don't like talking on the phone. I really don't. And that's something that I'm really trying to work on starting, now, not waiting until 2024, because I always say to myself, I'm surprised that I still have friends, right? Because I have a bad habit of not calling people, and it takes me a long time to get back to folks, right? So I have been practicing picking up the phone and calling people. How are you doing? How has things been going with you? You never know, that one phone call can be life changing for someone. You did 10 extra crunches last night, regardless of how much pain you were in. You went a day without yelling at the kids or your spouse. Okay. You weren't reactive to a message that normally you would have flipped out from, coming from specific people. Right. So you always have to look for something within your day that you can say, you know what, this is growth. This is something that I've been trying to do and I've been procrastinating. I've been putting it off and I actually overcame it. It's going to build your confidence and you're going to feel as if you're doing something great for yourself. Okay. The second part of that is to look for something that someone else did that you can celebrate. We're always talking about what we did great, like what we just went through, but a lot of times, being able to pour into someone else, being able to find something in whether it's a team member, a colleague, a family member, a friend, something that you realize that they did an amazing job at, and reach out to that person and let them know, you know what, you rocked it. You were amazing. Being able to see someone else's reaction from a compliment that you gave them It's gratifying enough and it's fulfilling because now you know that you're really making a difference. And I think sometimes when it comes to leadership, the problem is you don't feel like you're making a difference. You're not feeling as if you're getting any type of fulfillment at all. All right. So keep those two things in mind when it comes to gratitude practice. The second thing is delegate effectively. All right, my leaders out there, do you really need to handle everything yourself? Because if that's the case, why not just be a team of one? You know, utilize your team members, trust your team to do their job and to do it efficiently. Delegate tasks to your right hand people. So, remember in the last video, I was talking about those one on ones and really discovering if you have team members who really want to take it to the next level. They may want to be an assistant director, they may want to run their own team, right? This is a perfect opportunity to start grooming those people. If they want to get into management, train them now, right? So delegate some of those tasks to some of those individuals who are looking for the next level. Make sure that you explain the task to them and explain the whys. Because if you are the type of leader who has a bad habit of taking work back and putting it back on yourself because you don't trust people to do things the right way, if you're not explaining it the right way, then that's on you. That's not really on them. So explain it the right way so that you do not get frustrated if they do it wrong. And here's something that's very important to understand. If you're struggling with delegating work to team members, you might have a little bit of the micromanager syndrome. Just saying, okay? Because it is definitely a trait of micromanagers where they feel as if they have to take everything on their own. They don't trust anyone but themselves to do it. They have to dibble and dabble in every task that everyone else is doing. You don't always have to be included in everything. You don't always have to be around. That's why you have a team. And it's time for you to start trusting them because it will take a lot off of your plate and you will see that it begins to alleviate stress. Okay, so trust your people. And if you don't, hire new ones that you actually do trust. All right, but you have to get to the point where you're taking care of yourself. All right, so let's revisit that. Gratitude practice, write a journal of things that you're grateful for. Okay, think of things that you have accomplished within the last 24 hours and look for someone who you can compliment and someone that you can build because in return, it makes you feel good as a person as well. All right, and the second thing is delegating effectively. All right, you want to make sure that you're not putting everything on your plate because that definitely leads to mental stress. Okay, and it's really not worth it. If you have people here who not only can do the job, but they're willing to take some things off of your plate. All right. So remember, all of this is so that you can become the best version of yourself for your team. All right. Let me know your thoughts on these topics. Don't forget to like, comment, and remember if you feel as if this is really helping someone, or if you know someone that this can be life changing for, don't forget